So you wash with 2 feet of the Lord with 2 drops of water. Pada means feet. Pada when you padam samarapyami. When I say samarapyami, what do you say? Samarapyami. Not swaha yet. Swaha is later on. Okay? Now, 2 hands. Hasteshu. Baba, put separate. Hasteshu, argam samarapyami. Hasteshu means hands. They have 1 mouth. So you give them 1 drop of water to wash their mouth. Mukhe achminyam samarapyami. They have 1 body. So you give 1 drop of water to wash their body. And body is stapyami stanam. Om apo hishta maya boha stan urji daratana mavishe. Yotamurasa tasema yatina. Ushateri umata tasparangamaho. Yes, yaksha jinuta apo janachana. Because some samarapyami, just like downstairs. The divine beings have to give them bath to divine item. Divine items are panchamrit. Panch means 5. 5 nectars. 5 nectars are milk, dahi, ghee, honey, and sugar. Ataha panchamrit sam karishe. So we bathe them with milk first. Sheer means milk. Sheer sam karishe. Om apyaya sutine tute vishwataha somavisham. Bhava vajasangate. Sheer sam samarapyami. The second nectar is dahi. And the word for dahi is dadhi. Ataha dadi sam karishe. Oh, what is in Spanish? A little bit, Om dadhi karavana karisham jisya rasasya vajanaha sura vino mukha ashtaisha dadi sam samarapyami. One drop, not the whole spoon. We don't want to take too long. So dahi is the second nectar. Just like when we bathe in, we wash our skin with water, we rub soap, we wash out the soap, right? Water. Om apo hishtamaya boha stan urji dadat vishi yotamurasa tasabajatena. Ghee. Pass the ghee. And the third nectar is ghee. And the word for ghee is grit. Ataha gritasam kadishe. Om gritam, make sure gritamasa gritishito. Gritamasa dhana shagrisam samarapyami. Om shukramasi jyotrasi tejasi devaha grisam samarapyami. Now downstairs we said Maya the temple dakapatishnam. We said samarapyami. What you said? Samarapyami. So after we bathe them with the ghee, which is grit, we're going to bathe them with honey. And the word for honey in Sanskrit is madhu. Madhu snanam. Ataha madhu snanam karehe. The word ataha means now. Snanam bath karishe. We are bathing them with honey. Ataha madhu snanam karishe. Om madhuvata urtayate murekshavanti sindava. After you bathe with the honey, you bathe with water. Om apo hishtamaya boha stan urje dadatavise yotamurasa tasabajatena ushitere umata tasparangamao. Yes, seksha jinuta apo janachanak samsamapyami. The final nectar is sugar. Ataha shakara sam grishe. Om swarupava swadivye janmane swaru indra sohaviti namne swaru mitra urnaya vayavi brihaspati madhabam ramya shakara sam samarapyami. So after we have bathed them with the 5 items, panchamrit, we want to make sure Hamidat paper towel. Just like when we bathe, we want to wash out over the skin, put the proteins here. Take your hand and rub it out. You bump sticks. Right. I will collect the item that you have given them a bath with. These are the panchamrit, which will be distributed amongst those who have come for puja later on, and even later who have come just after puja. So I'm collecting these items, and this will be kept to be distributed amongst others. Alright, now if you're not wiping it, you're washing it first. Perhaps I'm going to water. I'll pour the water for you. Each one of them you take, then wash it and just give him a new napkin and wipe it and put it back here, right? While you are doing that, I will talk with them. How do you talk with the Devi and Devtas? The Chalisa is the life story and the powers of the Devi and Devtas. Hanuman Chalisa is the life story and the powers of Hanuman. When you don't wipe it, put it back here. But you do it all. That's what we have for all, not only here. Right. Recipe back. Right. Okay, so when somebody comes to your home, you do not leave out who came early and you talk to others. You talk to who you invite at the very beginning. at the very beginning, and then you go on when you invite others, you talk to them. So we have invited Swamiji first. So it's our duty. We want some more water, please.
Yeah, come on.
So we will talk to Swamiji by doing what we call it Datta Stava. Datta Stava is the life story of Swamiji. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha. This is to be put in a flower root. Shri Pada Vallabha Narasimha, the flower root. Don't try to dream. Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Sachana Swami Namaha, Dattatreya Mahatmanam, Bharadam Bhaktavatsalam, Prapanarti Hadam Vande, Spatagami Sanotu, Nirabandam Kripasindam, Sarvakaranakaram, Sarva Raksha Kadam Vande, Spatagami Sanotu, Sharanagata Dinartha, Paritrana Parayanam, Narayanam, Vibham Vande, Spatagami Sanotu. So, took this over in the fire, not all that inside it. Take out all the wood. We don't want to set a fire and then we cannot continue after. Put a little piece of camphor inside it. Light it, please. Take the matches. Break the camphor into little piece. Break it. Rupanadayakam Nirsayasha Padambande Svatagami Sanavadu Jayalavaya Shakama Datudatasya Savam Bhoga Moksha Padashemam Prapate Sakate Bhavit Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Dattatreya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sajana Swami Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo. So I want to give a little explanation on the fire. You know, a lot of people criticize Hindus and say they worship in fire. Well, when Moses went up the mount, they call it Mount Sinai. Those of you who have seen the Ten Commandments, go and see the original Ten Commandments. You will see, when Moses went up the Mount Sinai, he met a tree. And that tree was glowing, just like how this fig tree here. And the tree was speaking to Moses. And he said, take out thy shoes, thy is on holy grounds. That is proof that we must take our shoes when doing puja. Muslim, all religion, even a Christian, on the Easter Sunday, you will see the priest washing the feet of his devotees. So this is something we must explain to people. That's why we are recording this today. Let people know that it's not CBDB, this is not fire. If you look at a fire, it has like a pen, and a fire with a pen can write. And Moses got the Ten Commandments from the fire. So just as the fire can bring a message to Moses for the Ten Commandments, we could send back a message up. So that's why the last thing we do is Hawan. So we're going to worship the fire and pay respect now to the fire. Put your hand together and bow to the fire. Om Shri Agadevta, Ehagacha, Ehatishta, Asanan Deva. You see we have put our flowers below him, below the fire, to show that we welcome him with love. Okay, so now Krishna Bhagwan Puja is being done. The Tatri Bhagwan Puja is being done. But there are other Devi and Devtas who always accompany them. When I was doing puja in the Dattatreya Center, Gyan father said, Baba, where you go, them fellas following you, no? I said, how you not, Bob? He said, every day you give them food, they going behind you. They ain't staying there. So therefore, just as he said that day, they are Devi and Devta. If you come to my home and you see my grandchildren inside and say, Bob's come right down. Val wants you to go down San Fernando. Should I lock up my children in my house and say, leave them there? I will pick them up and go with me. So these are the children, or should I say, other Devi and Devtas who are with Krishna Bhagwan and Dattatreya Bhagwan. So we must pay respect to them just like we pay respect to all the Devi and Devtas. So this is why I line them off. Each leaf you see here is a seed for each of them. Who are they? Ganesh Bhagwan with the yellow flowers. Gauri Mata, Dharti Mata, Ishta Devta, Guru Devta, Navgraha Devta, Agya Devta. A lot of people say only when you read your Patra and you have a Grah, do Grah Puja. Every puja. Long ago they say only Grah Puja by the sea or outside, inside the temple, you see. So as time moves along, we must be able to explain to people. So those things of the past must not be affecting us and say that is what the book said. Understand that? So now that we have explained that, these are the murtis or pictures that I have been told to do puja in all my puja. Put on together. Shri Ganesh Bhagwan, Shri Gauri Mata, Shri Dharti Mata, Shri Ishta Devta, Shri Guru Devta, Shri Navgraha, Shri Devta, just like all others, you call them for what? Shodashu Puja Puja Puja. I said it before, so you can do 16 stages of puja for them. Bow your head. Dhyayami Dhanam Sampyami, same thing, you show that you are not above them, they are above you. Put out your hand like this. Avatna Singhasam, Ahim Sampyami, touch the belly. And you must welcome them with love. So now you could do it take these small flowers or Tulawai. You do there, you do there. All these leaves, put one on flowers. Not plenty because not the big flowers now, just a small one. Alright. Move a little faster, fellas. If you sit down on the club, a couple of each pyramid with him, so move a little fast. Each one of the leaves put some flowers. One flower. So that is to show that you are welcoming them with love. Not use small flowers. Small flowers. Because we have a little bit of flowers and we want to use small ones so that when we have to do other things, we will have place on the palm leaf. So this flowers that we offer now represents we give them a seat with love. The second things now, we're going to give them what I want you to do, all of you, whenever he does or anybody does anything, really touch your head and half your time. You showing respect. Perhaps you do this one. Each leaf put 1 spoon of water. I'll explain why. Instead of each leaf, we're going to offer water to wash feet, wash hands. Go ahead, don't say it. Do it. Wash hands, etc. Just 1 drop of water, full drop, full spoon. This full spoon of water represents washing feet, washing hands, rinsing bowl, drinking, bathing. So each one we have to put separate. We put them all together as 1 spoon to wash feet, wash hand, rinse bowl, drink, bathe, etc. So we say Padam, Samarapyami, Hasteshu Argam Samarapyami, okay, Archminium Samarapyami, Sapayami Sanam. Om Apo Hishtamaya Buahastan Originatum which Yotamasa Tasavajatena, Usitele Umata Taspanagamabu, yes, Januta Apo Janshana, Chukasam Samarapyami, something Ata Panchamasam Karishi, Shidasam Karishi, Shidasam Samarapyami, Dedisam Samarapyami, Gudasam Samarapyami, Madasam Samarapyami, Chakra Sam Samarapyami. Now listen, everything you offer now starts here. The 2 murtis and the 3 lingam. The 2 murtis, Krishna Bhagwan and Dattatreya Bhagwan. The 3 lingam, Brahma, Vishnu Mahesan. I explain all these later. So anything I give you, start here and then go there, right? You will share it up according to when other people right. Take a little bit of and offer. Go ahead. Don't wait for it to tell you. I will tell them beforehand what they get in. So I already told them we bathing them with milk, dahi, ghee, and sugar. Now we're going to tell them we're going to give them clothes downstairs. We give cotton and sheep hair. But this is Lord Krishna, Dattatreya Bhagwan. We are sure their clothes is going to be human being clothes. So we offer that. Make enough for that. You make her. So, Shri Krishna Bhagwan, Shri Dattatreya Bhagwan, Shri Ganapati Swami, Shri Ganapati Bhagwan, Shri Gauri Mata, Shri Dharati Mata, Shri Ishtadevata, Shri Gurita, Shri Nogata, Shri Gurita, Vasrani Samarapyami, Samarapyami, Upavitam Dhariyami, Siddhariyami, Gandham Dhariyami, Haridacharam Samarapyami, Kumkumacharam Samarapyami, Samasa Saubhagyadravyani Samarapyami, Duba Patram Samarapyami, Nima Patram Samarapyami, Bela Patram Samarapyami, Pushpani Samarapyami. So we have told them, we're going to give them clothes, we're going to give them chandan, we're going to give them we have already told them we're going to give them clothes, janeu, chandan, etc. I'll explain each item in a while to you, but I'll continue to chat with them. So what I have to do was, once I hand you it, they already know what they're getting. You just continue offering these things to them, right? So I already chatted with Dattatreya Bhagwan. Who should I chat with? I have to chat now with Ashtalakshmis. Diwali is coming up very soon, but many people believe that only Diwali time is pray to Lakshmi Mata. Once you live a householder's life, you need at least 8 forms of accommodation for yourself: prosperity, prodigy, longevity, etc. So therefore, Ashtalakshmi provide these things for Ashta means 8. So we're going to speak to the Ashtalakshmis now. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswati Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Sachana Swami Namaha, Ratamadhyama Swapurvam, Gajanada Prabhudinim, Samrajadainim Devim Gajalakshmi Namamyam Dhanam Agni Dhanam Vayu Dhanam Bhutani Pankshaja Prabhutaisvarya Sandhatrim Dhanalakshmi Namamyam Pridvi Garbha Samudbhina Nana Vrehi Sarupinim Pashu Sampat Sarupancha Dhanalakshmi Namamyam Namatsaryam na chakuru na bheti na cha vedadi yad bhaktanam vini tapati likhna yad bhakta pata tapati साथ है ये भक्तानां विनीतां धैर्यलक्ष्मीं नमाम्यहं पुत्र पौत्र स्वरूपेण पशुभृत्यात्मना स्वयं संभवन्तीं च सन्ताना लक्ष्मीं देवीं नमाम्यहं अनन्विभूति नाना विज्ञान संधात्रीं बुद्धिशुद्धि पदायिनीं अमृतत्व पदात्रीं च विजयलक्ष्मीं नमाम्यहं नित्य सौभाग्य सौशील्यं वरलक्ष्मी ददात्या प्रश्नां सेना सुलभाम् आदिलक्ष्मी नमाम्यहं सर्वशक्ति स्वरूपां च सर्वसिद्धि पदायिनीं सर्वेश्वरं सिद्धिजाय लक्ष्मी देवी नमाम्यहं अष्टलक्ष्मी समाहार स्वरूपां तां हरिप्रियं मोक्षलक्ष्मी महालक्ष्मी सर्वलक्ष्मी नमाम्यहं दारिद्र्य दुःखहरणं समृद्धिरपि सम्भरं सच्चिदानन्दपूर्णत्वम् अष्टलक्ष्मी स्थिते भवेत् सच्चिदानन्दपूर्णत्वम् अष्टलक्ष्मी स्थिते भवेत् ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः श्री सरस्वती नमः श्री पादवल्लभः नरसिंह सरस्वती श्री दत्तात्रेयाय नमः श्री गणपति सच्चिदानंद स्वामी नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो put for yourself now put for yourself and then you give them right. Now you put in more than one place now. Dip again. Each time you put in dip. Put here. Put here. Put here. Switch over. Put in this one. And each one of you put today. Take a little bit more. Put inside it so you could get enough for everybody. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Saraswati Namaha. Put for all the places. Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Dattatreya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sajjana Swami Namaha. So after we speak to the Ashtalakshmis, who should we speak next? It is said that the reason why we have so much crime in the world taking place today is because people are not studying the word of God. And in our system, Swamiji has told us that we must do what we call the Sadguru Savam. The Sadguru Savam is where we beg all peoples that they must study the word of God so that there should be no much crime. Everybody want to know how to stop crime in the world? If you study the word of God and you study the word of your Guru, there will be no need to worry about crime because God will prevent that crime from taking place. Right. Pass this to everybody. Did I put at least one thing right? Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Dattatreya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sajjana Swami Namaha Siddhi Buddhi Mahayoga Varan Yoganadipa Dihardi Siddhi Buddhi Mahayoga Varan Yoganadipa Yashvayam Sachidanandam Sarvutamanyam Yasha Dattatreya Bhava Bhakta Nama Pradanataha Suchate Sachidanandam Sadgunadmanyam Yoga Jyotis Samabdiptam Jaya Lakshmi Narasimhayo Advayam Sachidanandam Sadgurum Dalmanyam Yoga Vidya Chitrabhanu Yoga Vidya Chitrabhanu Chitrabhanu Sharad Bhavam Jnanaram Sachidanandam Sadgurum Dalmanyam Ganesha Homar Kadine Nityam Shichakra Pujane Dikshitam Sachidanandam Sadgurum Dalmanyam Agastya Muni Sankranta Nwana Vaidradharandam Bhavagdam Sachidanandam Sadgurumanam Vadyudancha Divyanama Sankirtana Kaladidim Nadavim Sachidanandam Sadgurum Dalmanyam Datta Pita Dipam Dharma Rakshan Upaya Bandaram Satgavim Sachidanandam Sadgurumanam Vinuta Bhakta Sambuham Avadutam Jagadgurum Swasvayam Sachidanandam Sadgurum Dalmanyam Sadhutvam Bhakta Maiswaryam Dhanam Yoga Marogatam Sanmatim Gyanamanandam Sadguru Savadavavet Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Dattatreya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sajjana Swami Namaha. So after we do the Sadguru Stavam, it is said that since we are from the Dattatreya Center, it is our duty to call upon the 16 incarnation Dattatreya One to help Henry wherever he is. So we now call upon the 16 incarnation of Dattatreya One to please help him wherever he is. Put some rice, you know what? So we do what we call the Datta Shorashi. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Pada Vallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Gunatatraya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sachan Swami Namaha Sachidananda Sadguru Dattam Bhaja Bhaja Bhakta Shodhishavatara Rupa Dattam Bhajade Bhakta Mahisha Puravasa Shikala Dishameratam Puraturu Gramavasa Yogi Raja Vallabham Bengaluru Nagarasita Dattagirajam Ananta Purasitam Gyana Sagara Bhajadattam Vijay Vada Vilasitam Shama Kamalochanam Machali Patna Samsitam Atrivaradajam Jaya Lakshmi Puris Samskara Hinishurupam Madras Nagara Sambasham Adi Guru Namakam Rishikesha Tirtarajam Shri Digambaradattam Aku Vedusam Vishwambara Vadutadatam Nujaveda Patane Deva Deva Vataram Bhagyanagara Dattavadutam Bhaja Gandhi Gunda Janapade Datta Digambara Devam Kochinagara Sitam Sinaraja Namakam Maya Mukta Vadutam Achatapake Nila Vishwambaram Shuranagare Bhaja Sachidananda Janmasadi Datta Kashishwaram Purva Samudra Siddhi Datta Rameshwaram Sachidananda Satguru Dattam Bhaja Bhaja Bhakta Shodhishavatara Rupa. Take some each. Take a spoon. Let's sit down with. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Pada Vallabha Narasimha Saraswati. Take from here. Shri Gurutatraya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sachana Swami Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. So Henry, we don't know where he is now. He may already be in another body. He may be waiting to take another body. Like everything else, the planets affect our life. Sometimes only when we read our patra, then we will do a Gra Puja. In all our pujas, we do Gra Puja. So this Krishna Puja that we're doing here, we're also doing a Gra Puja. And we want to pray to any grahas, not to cause any problem in Henry's life, wherever he is or wherever he's going to be. How does the grah affect our life? When it's full moon, people say full moon, but the moon doesn't get bigger or smaller. If it's as far from you, it is small, so we call that new moon. If it is near to you, it is called full moon because the moon looks big. And that moon, just like Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, etc., the closer you are, it's like a piece of magnet. If a magnet is very far from you and you have a pin, it would not affect that magnet. As you come closer, the pin begins to move. And if it's very close, the pin is attached to the magnet. So Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Mars, etc. These planets are now, NASA has discovered so many more planets. We are sure that these planets, just like we will say, certain crops can be planted certain time, certain fishes, or should I say fish, can be caught at certain time. Similarly, our body, our life, the earth is affected, our flesh is affected. The water in the ocean is affected, our blood is affected. The wind is affected, our nervous system is affected. That in a nutshell is to show you how the planets affect our life. Now that we know that, we pray to the Navgraha to not cause any problem in Henry's life wherever he is. So we now pray to the Navgraha by doing the Navgraha Stotra. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Pada Vallabha Narasimha Saraswati Shri Gurutatraya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sachana Swami Namaha Japa Kusuma Sankasham Kashapeya Mahadutim Tamorim Sarva Papagdam Pranatusmi Divakaram Dadi Sankatu Sarabham Shirudhanama Sanibam Namami Shashinam Somam Sambhur Mukata Bhushanam Dharni Garva Sambhutam Vidya Kanti Samaprabham Kumaram Shakti Hastancha Mangalam Pramamyam Priyam Mukhali Kashyamam Rupe Nam Pratibam Buddham Saumya Saumyam Gunupetam Tam Buddham Pramamyam. 2 drops of water. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Shri Saraswati Namaha Shri Pada Vallabha Natani Murti on the food. Narasimha Saraswati Shri Gurutatraya Namaha Shri Ganapati Sachana Swami Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Now the Navratam is just closing about this time in the temples. You know why do we have Navratam every year? It is said that God gave us this body and the ability for this body to function. The ability for this body to function lies with the female aspect of God. You may ask yourself the question, why do we have to put the female aspect of God to get the body to function? male or the female? Obviously, it's the female. So God has told us that twice a year we should pray to the female aspect of God to continue this body to function. To put all of these one each and prepare. So we're going to do what we call the meditation of Devi. Tomorrow night at the Data Trego Center, they're going to do what they call Chandi Homa. And 1,000 times this mantra is being said, but don't get scared. I'm only going to do it one time today. So we're going to do the same mantra that they do for the Navratri. What is it? I'll explain as we go along. Om Namo Devyai Mahadevyai Shivai Satata Namaha Prakrityai Bhadrayai Niyata Pranata Svatam Raudraye Namo Nite Gauri Dhatraye Namo Namaha Jyotisanye Chindarupine Sukhaye Satata Namaha Kalyane Pranata Vidye Siddhe Kurmo Namo Namaha Dairityai Babitam Lakshmi Sharvanete Namo Namaha Durgaye Durga Paraye Saraye Sarvakarine Kyadai Tataiva Krishnai Dhumarai Satata Namaha Ati Samyati Raudraye Nadase Namo Namaha Namo Jagat Patishtaye Devi Krite Namo Namaha. In the first mantra we are saying, Devi Mata, please help Henry wherever he is, and let all the parts of his body function so that in his next life and the next life and the next life, all will be well with him. So we say, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnumayati Shabdita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Pick one and recycle it. Just put it in the next place with the sound. Then we say, Devi Mata, in the next life, let Henry be conscious. Right, 2 supari each. Give him 2 supari. Two. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Chaitanya Tabhidite Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. And I could tell you for the last few days of Henry, he became unconscious, and this is proof that our soul is in the voice itself that we have. Our soul is in our eyesight, our soul is in our hearing. Hearing, seeing, touching, tasting, this is our soul. So we say, let him be conscious in his next life all the time. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Chaitanyata Vidyate Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him be intelligent in his next life. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. So you see, Devi Mata in his next life, people say when they lose their rest, become nervous. And we say, wherever Henry is, let in his next life never become nervous. Let him have his rest. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Nidra Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him quench his hunger. Sometimes you have everything to eat, but because of the fact that the throat is not functioning, you cannot eat. So we say, Devi Mata, let Henry's throat function so that he can eat all the time wherever you have to eat. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Siddharupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him be able to remember things, let him reflect on things. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Chayarupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him be able to have all the parts of his body functioning. Many people say when you shake up, you have Shakti. When all the parts of the body functioning, then you have Shakti. That means every part of your body is functioning. So we say in Henry's case, let all parts of the body function in his next life. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him be able to quench his thirst wherever he is. Sometimes you have everything to drink, and the throat is not functioning. You say, Devi Mata, let his throat function wherever he is. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Trishna Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Sometime he will have done people wrong, and he have to ask them to forgive him. I put do grass right too. Do grass. So we say, Devi Mata, if he done anything wrong to people, let them forgive him, and let him forgive others if they have done any wrong to him in his next life. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Shanti Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. We say, Devi Mata, let him become a genius in his next life. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Jati Rupena Samsita Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha. Let him become beautiful. Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu Lajarupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him live in peace in his next life. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu shanti rupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him have faith in the Lord. Sometimes Christian people say, seek ye the kingdom of the Lord and everything else shall follow. You might lose money, you might lose property, you might lose so anything. But if you do not lose faith in God, everything else might come back. So we say, let us have faith. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu shadharupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him live in beautiful places amongst beautiful people. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu kanti rupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Watch me. I do want to block the face of the movie. Only for here, watch me. You're touching it and resting it, but the rest could go on daily. If you touch it, block up the face. So the rest items, touch here, rest it for these two. No, you have it? You have it now? You have it? Right? Touch it and rest it. So we say Devi Mata, let him be able to be active or not sloppy. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu vritti rupena samsita namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let his memory continue functional all the time. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu smriti rupena samsita namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him be compassionate to others and let others be compassionate to him. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu dayarupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him be contented and satisfied with whatever he have in his next life. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu tushti rupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let him have mothers like Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati in his next life. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu matri rupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let no one fool him in his next life. Yadevi sarvabhuteshu bhranti rupena samsida namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Let his sense of touch, taste, smell, hearing and seeing function. Like I said, these are his soul. Indriyana madhistatri bhutam cha kileshu cha bhuteshu sadatam tasyai vyapti devya namo namaha. Chidi rupenaya krishnamaya tat vyapya chita jagat. You have no belief. Namastasyai 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 namo namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya namaha, Shri Saraswati namaha, Shri Pada Vallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guratatraya namaha, Shri Ganapati Swami namaha. You know, I sing this song at all my pujas and all my weddings and all my shrad. Anything I think about, I sing this song. Why? Many people are arguing who is in charge of bringing up our children in the society. I haven't been a former teacher, I can tell you. It's not the teacher. No, that is not for here. Just only the belief and then flowers. While you wait on the belief, many people ask the question, who is responsible for the discipline in children? I can tell you, as I just said as a teacher, you only spend you spend 6 hours with the children in school. Who spends the next 19 hours? Parents, right? Yeah. You may say, how come? Who takes care of them in maxi taxi? Who chooses the maxi taxi? The parents. You may say, they go cinema. Who choose what cinema they go to see? Parents. Except if you let them go on their own. They get away, right? So therefore this song, I sing it, and this is what the child is speaking to the parents. Now these are you fellas, listen to me. This is your song, you are singing it. Sing it for mother and father. I also add not only mother and father, I add now priest, imam, pandit. So the song, the meaning goes like this. Mother do tell me the story which there's no king nor is there a queen. In other words, do not tell me a fairy tale. If a child thief a lead pencil when the child is small, what will you tell that child? You will break it out, eh? You will break a lash in his skin. Don't break it out there. Because he will go and do worse things. He will not thief a lead pencil, he will thief $5 And you know what they have now? They take it tax. You know it's tax? When the bigger children see the smaller children money, they're asking, they pulling it out of their pocket. And then now they're going thieving. You see the fella thieving at a barber shop and he get killed. I don't want to tell you. So this song is very dear to me. If you tell yourself, boy, Bolo, what you doing, boy? You singing this song here? A lot of people say this. I said, yes. Where are you going to find people to tell them what to do and what not to do? So the child is speaking to the mother, the father, the priest. Mother, don't tell me a story which there's no king, there is a queen. And the Lord do not tell me a fairy tale. Tell me a story that relates to you and to me. That story which includes the pain and anguish from every single heart. That story which is filled with the moonlight of the truth. A story doesn't talk about celestial dancer or fairy. You know, we like to hear that in Hinduism and all other religion. That God upstairs there and he will go and meet God. And we always hear Ram had a wife called Sita and a fellow named Ravan kidnap his wife, and then a fellow go and look for she named Hanuman, and that's his story. What does that have to do you and me? I am not afraid to say. We are not being told how to live.
I have that same question.
So the story goes, a story in which is not about pretty angels in heaven. Mother would relate to me a story in which there is no king nor is there a queen. This is not a song written by me. When this song was being written, given a meaning, the lady was crying. She's from India. And I wrote it down as she gave it on the radio. Tell me a story that can teach me to smile. A story that will make me forget the hunger in my belly. That story which is filled with the moonlight of the truth. The story which is a rare folk. The story which is not old and often repeated. Mother, do relate to me that special story which there is no king nor is there queen. Mother, do tell me a story that is real and believable. Give me a real poem. Give me some look for me. So you see, like I said, do not spare the rod and spoil the child. I'm not saying kill the child. I say, do not spare the rod. Sing with me. Maya sunao mujhe wo kahani jisme raja naho na ho rani. I say, Guru. Guru sunao mujhe wo kahani jisme raja naho na ho rani jo hamare tumhare katha ho जो सभी के निभय की गता हो जो हमारे तुम्हारे कथा हो जो सभी के निभय की गता हो गंध जिसमें बन रिसाइकल गंध जिसमें बरी हो सरा की बात जिसमें न हो अप्सरा की हो न परिया जहाँ आसमाने माँ सुनाओ मिक्सी कला मुझे वो कहानी जिसमें राजा न हो ना हो रानी. ऐसे गुरु सुनाओ मुझे वो कहानी जिसमें राजा न हो ना हो रानी. वो कहानी जो हंसना सिखा दे पेट की भूख को जो भुला दे. वो कहानी जो हंसना सिखा दे पेट की भूख को जो भुला दे. जिसमें सच की बड़ी चांदनी हो जिसमें उम्मीद की रोशनी हो जिसमें ना हो कहानी पुरानी. माँ सुनाओ मुझे वो कहानी जिसमें राजा न हो ना हो रानी. गुरु सुनाओ मुझे वो कहानी जिसमें राजा न हो ना हो रानी जिसमें राजा न हो ना हो रानी. So we hope that Henry in his next life will have parents who will do not spare the rod and spoil the child. You see, everybody want to know how to deal with this crime in the place. And they not delay it from where it starts. When the crime starts at the home. It does not start in the school. It does not start in the community. I remember recently, I heard an interview with a mother. And the mother said the child went to get something to eat and he had a gun in his hands and somebody attacked him. And he pulled the gun. Where is that coming from? Right, go ahead.
The bigger one is stronger and smaller. Oh, the bigger one.
So now we are in the process of completing almost 3/4 of the puja. So we do the Krishna Chalisa. Many people say you do a part of the Chalisa. I will do the Gita Dhyanam, but I will be told that the whole life story of Lord Krishna, not in English, but in Sanskrit, will be given. So while we do the putting of the malas and so on, we do the Krishna Chalisa. Bansi Shobhita Kala Madhur Nila Jalada Sanusham Aruna Adhara Janu Bimbapal Nayana Kamala Abhiram Purna Indu Aravinda Mukha Pitambara Sutisaj Jaimana Mohana Madana Chabi Krishna Chandra Maharaj Jai Jadunandana Jai Jagabandana Jai Vasudeva Devaki Nandana Jai Jasuda Sutananda Dulare Jai Prabhu Bhakta. Take a flowers in your hand, put some rice and water as I complete this Chalisa. Jai Prabhu Bhakta Nakeda Kawari Jai Natanagar Naganathaya Krishna Kanhaya Dedu Charaya Purina Kapada Prabhu Girivardharo Avadinanda Kashta Nivaro Bansi Madhura Adhara Dharatero Hove Purna Manoratha Meru Avahari Punima Kanachako Ajalaja Bhaktan Kirako Bulaka Pulachi Buka Arunare Buddha Bushtana Mohini Dware Rajata Rajavamnaina Vishala Muna Mukuta Vajanti Mala Kundala Shavana Pita Pata Ache Katikatakini Kachani Kache Nira Jalada Sundara Tanusohe Chabilaki Surandara Muni Manamohe Basta Katilaka Alaka Guru Ghalare Avosham Bansyuri Awale Karipaya Pana Putana Hitarayo Akabaka Kaga Sura Marayo Madhubana Jalata Agani Jabajwala Beshita Lakta Hina Dandalala Jabasura Pati Braja Chadiyo Rishay Musharadhari Bari Barasahi Lakata Lakata Braja Chahata Bahayo Govardhana Nakadhari Bachayo Laki Jasudamana Brahma Dikare Mukta Manda Chauda Bhuvana Dikaye Dusta Kansati Udama Machayo Koti Kamala Kanhapula Mangayo Nati Kaliyane Jo Tumalin Ho Charan Chinda Dainira Bayadin Ho Karikopida Sangarasha Bilasha Sabahi Pura Kare Abilasha Anganita Mahasu Asura Sangharo Kansahikesha Pakare De Marayo Matu Pitaki Bandi Chudaye Ugrasena Kanaraja Dilaye Yamase Mrituka Chahuna Sutalayo Matu Devaki Shokamitayo Naraka Suramura Kala Sanghare Lai Kadadasha Sahasatum Kumari Daimi Mahina Chitana Teri Shara Jara Sindaraksha Sakanda Mara Asura Bakasura Adikamarayo Nija Bhaktanake Kashtanivayo Dina Sudama Ke Duka Tareo Tandula Teni Muti Mukadhariyo Brahmake Saga Vidura Garamange Durya Dunake Mewa Tyage Laki Prema Tuhi Mahima Bhare Naumi Shama De Nanahitakare Bharat me Parat Raka Hake Leo Chakrakara Nahina Palataye Nita Gita Ke Gyana Sulaye Bhaktana Hriday Sudha Sudharaye Mirati Aise Matawale Vishwape Paye Bhajakara Thale Rana Bija Sa Papithare Shali Grama Bane Baneware Nijamaya Tuma Vidihina Dekhayo Urte Sansaya Sakala Mitayo Tavashata Nindha Kare Satakala Jevana Mukta Bhayo Shishupala Jabahi Dropani Tera Lagaye Gina Nata Laja Abba Jaye Tura Tahina Basana Bane Nandalala Bane Uchera Bhi Are Munikala Usha Natake Natakanhaya Dubata Bhanwara Bachahi Naya Surapura Jonara Chahat Basa Kare Vidaye Prabhu Pujahi Asha Nata Sakala Ura kumati diwaro chamaho begi aprada maro Kola pata ba darshana di jai Bolo Krishna ki kanhaya ji ki jai Krishna Chandra ke naam se hota prapuditagat Tadaghat kapadaka tarat ruga doi purijat Chalisa jo nitapade katina kashti kati jai Dhana jana bala vidya bade Nitanava sukha salsaye Yaha chalisa Krishna ki paat kare nirudhare Ashtasi navadidi phal lahe padarat chare Bolo Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. So we will do a small part of the Gita Dhyanam. It will only take 1 minute and we still have enough time. So take another phone in the handbox as we do the Gita Dhyan. What is the Gita Dhyan? The Gita Dhyan is an introduction to the Gita. You know, all the chalisas that we do, all the Gita Gayatris that we do is an introduction to the Gayatri. It's an introduction to the Devata whose Gayatri we do it. Let's say we doing Dattatreya Gayatri. Dattatreya with me, Atriprai, Dimitana, Dattapuchada. That is the introduction to Dattatreya Bhagavan. Murbuasa Tatsavitur Vadiniam Bhagavad Sadividapchat is an introduction to the Gayatri of Devi. So this is a Gayatri, should I say, Gita Dhyanam is a Gayatri. So quickly, I'll do it. Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayaneya Swayam Vyasena Grahatitam Purnala Munnina Mande Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritam Shinam Bhagavatim Ashtadasha Dhayayinim Ambhatvam Sudara Sama Bhagavad Gita Bhavat Veshinim Namastute Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Pulyara Vindya Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Praja Valita Jnana Maya Paripa Prapana Parijata Tutra Vita Kapana Ye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mritam Dehoma Sarvo Parshino Gavo Dugra Gopala Nandana Parto Vatsala Sudhir Bhukta Dugdam Gitam Ritam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chamura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Bhishma Drona Tata Jaya Data Jala Gandhara Nilota Pala Sarva Grahana Bhate Kripena Vahini Karnena Vilakula Ashtama Vikala Ghora Makara Duryudhana Vartini Sote Nakalu Pandaiva Ratna De Kaivala Kakeshava Parashaya Vachas Sarojam Amalam Gitamrita Gota Takatam Nana Kyana Kakesharam Harikatha Sambhodana Bodhitam Loke Sajana Shat Padaira Ksha Papena Mamudra Bhoyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradam Shina Sheya Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Maruta Sunvanti Devaye Savaya Vedaya Sangha Padakramo Padashidai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyana Vashishta Tataketena Manasa Pasyantam Yogino Yashyantam Navidu Sura Suragana Devaye Tasmai Namaha Devaye Tasmai Namaha Devaye Tasmai Namaha. And the meaning of this Gita Dhyanam, I'll give you the English meaning straight as it is from the book here. I want you to listen to it carefully and tell me what you understand. Om, O Mother Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by Lord Narayan himself, which was composed and placed in the middle of the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyas, which showers the nectarine philosophy of non-duality which is glorious, which contains 18 chapters, which is an antidote to the experience of change, samsara. I constantly meditate on it. Salutation unto thee, O Vyas, whose intellect is vast, whose eyes are as large as the petals of a full-blown lotus, by whom was lighted a lamp of wisdom, full of Mahabharat oil essence. Salutations to Krishna, who holds a cane in one hand and Jnana Mudras in the other, who is the tree of fulfillment, Parijata, to all those who surrender unto him, who has milked the nectar of Gita. All the Upanishads are the cows. The sons of the cowherd is the milker, Partha, is the calf. Man of pure intellect is the enjoyer, and the supreme nectar of Gita is the milk. I salute to Lord Krishna, the divine son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kams and Chanura, the supreme bliss of Devaki, the teacher of the universe. The battle river with Bhishma Drona as its banks, with Jayadatra as its water, with the king of Gandhara as the blue water lily, with Salya as the shark, Kripa as its current, Karna as its high waves, with Ashwatthama and Vikarna as terrible crocodiles. Duryodhana as its whirlpool was indeed crossover by the Pandavas with Lord Keshava as the ferryman. May the spotless lotus of Mahabharat, which is born in the lake of the woods of Parasara's son, Vyas, which is rich with the fragrance of the import of the Gita, which has many narratives as its filaments, which is fully blossomed by the story of Lord Hari, which is joyous struck day after day by the bees of good on pure men, which is the destroyer of imperfection of Kali age, bring about supreme good to us. I salute that supreme bliss, Madhava, whose grace renders the mute eloquent and makes the cripple scale mountains. Salutations to that God, whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra and Marut praise with divine hymns, with the singers of Samaved invoked by the Vedas, with their parts, sections and Upanishads, whom the yogis see in perfect meditation with concentrated minds, whose limit the Devas and Asuras do not know. Now if I were to ask you what I've just said there, anybody could tell me one word, in a few words? This is why I, Boloji, take my time to explain the things. Some people say you must do what the book say, and the book say and that is it. I go beyond that. If I cannot give you an explanation of what I just said, and I'm just saying, that is the English meaning of the Gita Dhyana. Anybody could tell me what is the Gita Dhyana now? Well, let me give you it in my words now, right? And I do it all the time. And people say, mustn't do that. The book says so, the book says so. Tell me what the book just said. I'll read it for you. Well, what that means is what is the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. What are the English meaning of 18 chapters? This is what it is. The first chapter, wrong thinking is the only problem in this world. People think about wrong things. That is easy to understand, not what I just read it. But listen to read it, so I'll read it for you. Nobody said I didn't do it, eh? Do what the book says. But this is more understandable to you. Right knowledge is the ultimate solution to all our problems. You understand that? That is the second chapter in the Gita. The third chapter, selflessness is the only way to progress and prosper. Valmiki is here. I said it on the daily funeral. He didn't want to be here, no? Selflessness. Right? And he could have said, man, look, let Henry and the family go, but he is here. Right? I'm not saying you, Bob, will not do the same thing. Not saying Ramdat will not do the same thing. What about myself? I'm doing for the same thing. So selflessness, if you understand that, is more than what I just read it. Chapter 4. Every act can be an act of prayer. Everything you do must be an act of prayer. Chapter 5. Renounce the ego. I this, I that, I am this, I am this, I am that, I am that. Renounce the ego of individuality and rejoice in the bliss of infinity. Chapter 6. Connect to the higher consciousness daily. Not only when you have no rata and go in the temple. Not only when Thursday you throw gel. Not only Sunday you pray to Ramnarine. Contact with the higher consciousness every day. Live what you learn. Never give up on yourself. This is chapter 9 now. Value your blessings. I am living 10 years extra now, you know. So I value what I'm living. I have to service God. I have to serve God because 10 years ago I did gone. So value my life as a human being. Value your blessings. The chapter 10. See divinity in everything. Everything. The plants, the animals, the birds, the waterfalls, the gardens. Have enough for yourself, but surrender to others what you have extra. Have enough, surrender to see the truth as it is. Chapter 12. Absorb your mind and heart in the Supreme Lord. Right? It is said if you pray to God every day, you ever take up a telephone and you call somebody and you want to give them a chance to talk back to you? How many times that happened to you? But give the person a chance to talk now. You only talking. Like when we go in the temple, we praying, and we're not giving God a chance to talk back to us. When you meditate and you keep your mind quiet, God will answer your questions. Chapter 13, detach from Maya and attach to the divine. Chapter 14, live a lifestyle that matches your vision. Chapter 15, give priority to divinity. Chapter 16, being good is a reward in itself. Chapter 17, choosing the right over the pleasant. And chapter 18, which is the last chapter in the Ramayana, what it says? Sorry, not the Ramayana, but the Gita. Let us go and join with God. And the only way you can do that is by doing meditation. So when we pray, we speak to the Lord. And when we meditate, who speaks to us? God. So you see, I hate to say it, but this is what people are doing. They're only talking to God, and God, they're not getting a chance, giving God a chance to talk back to them. And this is what we have been feeling as a society, not only in Hindus, but all religion. So now that we have done that, now it's 11 o'clock, we'll do Nama Puja for Lord Krishna. And after we do Lord Krishna Nama Puja, we'll do Nama Puja for Dattatreya Bhagavan, and then we'll do Havan and Arti, and then we'll take out the food. So we're going to do now Nama Puja for Lord Krishna. Babs, take the rice. My name is Boloji. I can sit here and talk holy, but I don't want to bore you, and also I have to finish by 12. So what I catch you today with, the preacher man does say, why I catch you today? So those who are there, don't think I only come to do Bandara. I didn't come here to do guitar part only. I come to catch you today. Sorry to say, but that is the truth. Okay, so now we go to Nama Puja for Lord Krishna. And what is Nama Puja? You know, say when you die, or when you're dying, you must have the name of the Lord on your lips. You see what happened in Haiti? I said it last time.